All right, good morning, guys. So today I'm going to do a Shilajit comparison video. Sorry about the lighting; it's either blinding or I'm a shadow. But yeah, so I have this brand that I got in like a GNC type stores, like one of those high end supplement shops, right? This cost me. I'll have to double check, but with tax, it was over $60. And I got two of them for some kind of sale that they had, but like it's normally priced at like $60 a container. And when you open it, it comes with this metal spoon, which is pretty nice. It hangs on the tip of it, the end of a jar, which you just get some warm liquid like a mug, and then you hang it on the end and it dissolves in. So it's like the packaging is nice, very fancy looking. The jar inside is what you would typically get. I don't know what the ounces are for these. Like they're like 20-ounce jars or something. They're 30 one. Yeah, it's a 1.6 ounce jar. So this stuff I thought was pretty decent. I started taking it. I definitely felt the effects. I was craving this a little bit more than food for the first week, which is kind of a natural response with Shilajit because it has lots of stuff your body needs that is depleted from like our soil and diet and stuff. But so this stuff has your typical black look, but it is so runny and oily and stringy. And I thought this was how it's supposed to be, because I mean, I guess how it's supposed to be changes on who's processing it, but I did notice right when I bought this stuff that it seems like it has a lot of water content, because when I leave a little bit of this stuff out on a plate, it actually dries into a crunchy, crispy, rubbery, more like type stuff. So you'll see on the plate here, I hope you can see this, that it smears very easily. It's very fine and oily, which is fine. That's great. It definitely works for a lot of stuff, and it works in general. It's again, there's nothing wrong. This brand is nice. I definitely felt a difference, but this is the brand that I am now working with. Um, they actually harvest theirs from the Altai Mountains. This is from the Himalayan mountains. And I've been doing a lot of research about the differences, and it all comes from where it's being harvested at each location, the processing techniques. This stuff is third-party tested. This stuff is also third-party tested. The strange thing is Himalayan Shilajit is only supposed to have between 5 and 30% fulvic acid, and this Himalayan Shilajit is boasting 75% fulvic acid. But the companies, when you go online, that are talking crap about high fulvic acid content, are Himalayan Shilajit sellers that are paying for studies. You look at this study saying Himalayan is better, and you find who's supporting that research, and it's always a different Himalayan Shilajit company, and there's just distinct differences for using both. This stuff has more humic acid. It has more. They're CBPs. I need to look up the name. There's like chirone A pyrathones or something. They're very small organic molecules, and the Altai Mountain Shilajit is always higher concentrations, and these support mitochondrial function. They are similar, kind of to like how methylene blue. It's not necessarily. Actually, it's not the same, but it's just generally supports mitochondrial energy production, and yeah. And so the main difference, though, is this stuff looks the same. The inside of the jar is still blacky stuff, but I can literally tap on the surface of this stuff, right? And when I mix it in with water, it becomes oily and gooey like the other stuff. So I can literally tap on the surface of this, when I scrape it out, I don't even need the spoon. I can lift up a little. You can't see, there's a little goop lifting up, and I can take it out with my finger and roll it into a dang ball. This stuff is so much more concentrated than the other brand. You know, I can now take this little ball and drop it on this plate like a crumb, like a little pill. And so that's amazing. That means, I mean, from what I'm getting from this is, I wouldn't say twice as concentrated, but it's definitely more concentrated. I'm curious how much water I would have to put in this to make it as liquidy as this stuff. And I think I would actually probably have more than a jar full of more liquidy Shilajit when I'm done watering it down. So, yep, I will be providing links and sources to the brand. I'm now working for the company and can sell it myself, so I'm going to be working on a discount code. Yeah, the flavor profile of this is strangely, I would have to say, if you've ever smelled soil in the woods, if you've ever smelled soil in a really pine rich forest, it's really like rich black soil from all of the pine tree twigs decomposing and stuff. That's what this tastes like. It's very earthy, rich. This stuff is like earth from almost like a desert mountain, you know? Like that's what I'd have to say. This is like the earth, or like has like desert mountain notes. This has mountain pine forest notes. So with no piney taste, but it's this earthy, decomposed pine wood. I mean, if anyone spent time in nature in the woods, they'll know what I'm talking about. You know, there's a certain point where you're just gonna smell a big handful of soil, and you'll know that it's an actually good smell. But so yeah, they're both amazing products. I do have to say though, this one is definitely superior. So, all right, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys all have a great day. I hope you're doing something out there to make yourselves feel good and healthy, because you know, feeling healthy is just as important as doing healthy things. You know, it's kind of crazy how psychology plays such a huge role in health. But yeah, just do something that feels good. Lower your cortisol. You know, just it's all about life extension. So, you guys have a great day.